Hello and welcome back to another segment with regards to resilience and gratitude. My name is Rochelle, and I'm glad that you're back. Since the publication of my book, Refueling Your Tired Resilience, lots of questions are popping up, and I'd like to answer one of them today, and that is how to have resilience, let alone gratitude, in regards to paying bills. So let's break this down a little bit. Paying bills can really trigger a lot of uncomfortable emotions in us. In our discomfort, we can make the bill the villain. I hate paying bills. Bad bill. We can make the service provider the villain. Oh God, they overcharge. It's not fair. And so the first thing I'd suggest would be just to zoom out and think about, is the bill the problem? Or is it our earning and our spending that is maybe at issue? It's just kind of putting the light at the right place. So, depending on how you answer that, I want to suggest that when we have the cash flow, when we have the cash ability, we don't limit to the same level about our bills. So, it's not just about the bill, it's about the cash flow. So, I want to propose a couple of options for solutions. The first one being um, related to a saying I used to hate and maybe not quite understand: what you resist persists. And so, as we continue to limit and vilify, our life doesn't change. So, my first question to you would be, what what are some possibilities? How could I change how, my financial situation and look at something in there? Um, Another option is to realize that how our brain works. Our brains are wired to protect rather than create. Yes, we are creative, but our first area that we go to is protection. And so when we don't feel good, that's where the brain shuts down and protects. So then we are no longer in creative mode. So just knowing this helps us kind of flip the switch back to say, but no, I don't want to hide. I want to create. I want to discover options. So that's one of the brain hacks that's available to you. The second one is that of gratitude. And one of the things that I do is we all, I I'm in the same place every once in a while that there's maybe a larger amount that is required that I go like, ooh, ee. And so how do I work through this? One of the things I like to write, it may not be your thing, but I'm going to explain what I do, is that I remind myself of why I purchased the product. How is it serving me? Why did it help me or make me feel better? So remember of like the why behind the purchase. The second thing is recognizing that when I pay bills, I'm circulating the money in a quantum perspective. If you were a quantum perspective thinker, what I love to think about is, when I pay a bill, what happens to that money? When I'm at the grocery store, I make it a point to look at the cashier. And I tend to go to the cashier more than the express automated checkout. So I look at the person and I realize I am contributing to their financial well-being. Then I look around at the building and it's like, I'm, I've contributed to to this. And I think about all the the product and service creators of, let's bring it back to the grocery store, um, the manufacturers, the farmers, producers, etc. And so I'm contributing. I just see the money trickle and serve all these people. And then these people take their paycheck or the payments of for their products and services, and they feed their family and they do things. They pay their rent, they buy cars, they do things. And all of a sudden I see how many hundreds of people am I helping and serving by doing this transaction. So I love the fact that with one payment, I can serve and up level so many people in different ways. So when I write this out, it just changes the emotion, and then it changes my mindset of when I pay the bill. So if that can serve you, I invite you to experiment and to comment. I'd love to hear what kind of mind shifts you have with that, how it changes how you feel inside, instead of um, pushing and saying, like, I'll pay the bill tomorrow or next week. Like, if you're going to do it, if you can, and if you're going to do it, how about if you do it with a different mindset? Experiment that. And in the quantum world, and there's more where that came from, and more is coming. So let me know what you think of this. I'd love to hear about you, and I'd like to hear about your experiment, about how you do it. So till next time, I invite you to discover more tips on how to refuel your resilience through gratitude, and also join one of my book study clubs. So till then, bye bye.